What is up, you guys? This is All Day Any Day 1 on the PS4, and I'm going to be giving you another Assassin's Creed Odyssey video. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you an overview of the new gear set, or the new legendary, that had just been released in the Helix store. So for this outfit, it's going to be called the Odysseus set. So you can get the actual set and the bow, as well as the ship and the crewmates, which is going to look like this. The mermaids, I believe that's what they are. Or the sirens, that's what they are, not mermaids. They're sirens. It's pretty cool. I didn't get the lieutenant. I didn't care for any of the lieutenants, but the lieutenant is going to be Odysseus. And then for the actual ship, you're going to have a mermaid for the ship head, and then some other pretty cool design. But anyways, for the gear set alone, the gear set is not that bad. It gives you 25% adrenaline back whenever you use hunter abilities. So in a way, it would make sense to use this as well as a bow that gives you, like the Odysseus bow. If you use this, it gives you adrenaline per hit, or if you have a purple bow that gives you adrenaline per hit and crit per hit, it would be pretty nice, but you don't need it. With the Odysseus bow, what it gives you is 30% elemental damage, but you do lose 30% elemental buildup, which isn't that big if you do spec into elemental buildup on your gear. So right here, I have elemental buildup 25% on my chest, on my legs, and on my gloves. So that way I'm getting an increase of 75%. And if you look at my stats, I'm at 205% elemental buildup for both fire and poison. So it kind of helps balance it out. And then for the actual engrave, the legendary engrave, what I thought was pretty cool is it actually does stack with this legendary engrave as well. So you can get what it's called, the 30% elemental damage, but you lose 30% elemental resistance. You can get that from the Hammer of Horns, which was being sold, I believe it was last week or 2 weeks ago, in the Focus vendor, or the vendor at Focus. But now you'd have to either rely on getting it from the jar, I forgot what it's called, but you got it, the Oikos, you have to get it from there, or you have to get lucky from it, or you can buy it in the Helix store. So it does stack the 30% elemental damage with the other elemental damage, the elemental damage. So you're getting an increase of 60% elemental damage, which is pretty nice. And then on most of my weapons, though, I did put fire damage, or at least on here I put fire damage, and then I put fire damage as well on here. I originally was going to put the fire damage plus the elemental buildup, but I don't think it actually worked for some reason. I can check again really quick just to be 100% sure, and so that you guys can also see right now. So right over here, I'll put it on. So I'm at 205% elemental buildup, as well as 160% fire damage. So I'm gonna put this 15% real quick. And if it does increase, then that would also be a really good one to put on as well. Yeah, so it increases your fire buildup, and well, obviously my fire damage dropped by 5%, but I think that would actually be better to put on. So in a sense, this is really good for a hunter elemental build-up type of build. You don't have to go with fire, you can always go with poison. But I think this is a really good set. Stat-wise, I think the stats are definitely better than the Artemis set, because you get 21% damage with bows on distant targets. Unfortunately, that stat alone doesn't work with this current update until they fix it. As you can see on the left, my bow on distant targets is at 0%, so that is still broken. But you do get 35% crit damage on the gloves. You get 7% crit chance, which is going to be nice if you do use an elemental build, so that way your fire or your poison damage does have crit ticks. And then for the chest and the feet, actually, you get 14% damage with your bow charge shot. Meaning when your bow charges to its max, you're going to do 28% more damage, which is really nice. And then, well, technically 42%. For some reason, I don't remember what. Oh, right here. Because the Odysseus bow also gives you that 14% damage with the bow charge shot. But to me, I think the vine bow is still the best bow in my opinion, because you do get the increase in hunter damage by itself, and then with this it does give you the increase in charge shot, but the hunter damage is going to be a lot better. And then you also get that distant targets damage, but like I said, the distant target damage is broken, so it doesn't work, so that is basically not a helpful ability. But that's pretty much it with this video, or with this, yeah, with this video. There's nothing else to really go over. I can actually, I'll just go in the store so you guys can see what the ship and whatnot looks like. So this is what it's called. It's called the Siren Song. Looks pretty okay. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of ship cosmetics anyway, so I didn't really care for it. And then you have the mermaid figurehead, which is pretty cool. But for me, like I said, I don't really care for the ship cosmetics except for the crew. And then you also have Odysseus for the lieutenant. I would get lieutenants if they came with 5 stars. If they didn't, since they come with 3 stars, and even at 4 stars, it would have been pretty decent. But 3 stars, I don't think it's worth wasting helix on them. So I just didn't bother. But I like how they look. They look pretty cool. Odysseus looks like a badass. But that's pretty much it with this video. If this helped you out at all, go and leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know down in the comment section. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is All Day Any Day 1 on the PS4. Have a good day, good night, and peace.